Gents, welcome back. Today, we're diving deep into a side of Sigma life that doesn't get talked about enough. Let's face it, Sigma males are a mystery, a kind of enigma that others rarely figure out. And often, it's only after they're out of someone's life that their true value becomes crystal clear. This video breaks down the 10 reasons why women often realize too late just how irreplaceable a Sigma male truly is. We'll unpack what sets a Sigma male apart and why the void they leave is felt long after they're gone. If you're someone who's been labeled different or hard to read, or you've always felt like you were on a unique path, you're in for some deep insights today. As always, make sure to subscribe and join our community of Sigmas if you're ready to harness these qualities and learn what makes you unforgettable. Number 1. Independence that's magnetic. Imagine a man who stands solidly on his own 2 feet, relying on no one to define his worth or make him feel complete. That's the Sigma male. This independence isn't just attractive. It's like a magnetic pull for those around him. Women, in particular, often find themselves captivated by his self-sufficiency, even if they can't put a finger on exactly why. Picture a guy who's out hiking solo at sunrise, reading obscure books at a coffee shop, or perfectly content on a Saturday night at home with a project. That's the essence of a Sigma's independence. He moves through life with confidence and ease. This type of self-reliance shows a maturity and confidence that's hard to find. Women may not realize until later that this kind of energy is addictive. Once they're with someone who's always in need of validation, the contrast becomes stark. They start to understand that the Sigma's independence was something they took for granted, only to crave it once it's gone. Number 2. The power of mystery. A Sigma doesn't reveal his whole self right away. He's like a puzzle with endless layers. Women feel a constant pull to uncover what's underneath, to understand what makes him tick. This mystery isn't a tactic. It's just a result of his deep introspection and quiet confidence. He doesn't need or want to broadcast his every thought and feeling. It's not about playing hard to get. It's just his natural state. Imagine the allure of a man who doesn't need to tell everyone what he's doing or post every detail on social media. His actions and demeanor keep people guessing, and when he walks away, that intrigue doesn't fade. It actually grows, creating a sense of loss when they realize that no one else has that same blend of mystery and grounded energy. Number 3. Unshakable values. Sigma males don't mold their beliefs to fit someone else's expectations. They know who they are, and they live by it. Women appreciate this strength, even if they don't vocalize it. It's not just that the Sigma won't change to make someone else comfortable. He's grounded in his own core values. Imagine a guy who won't compromise on honesty, who's driven by a sense of justice, and who respects people's boundaries because he respects his own. Over time, women realize that this quality is as rare as it is comforting. When a Sigma leaves, they notice that others are often too willing to bend and twist themselves to say what they think will earn them points, rather than standing firm. His unwavering values make him a rock in a sea of shifting ideals. And once he's gone, the absence of that solid ground is unmistakable. Number 4. Empathy that's quiet but deep. Sigma males might not wear their emotions on their sleeve, but don't mistake that for a lack of empathy. They're the type to notice things others don't, to listen without interrupting, to understand people on a level that goes beyond words. Picture a man who can sense when you've had a bad day without you needing to say a thing, or who offers support in subtle ways, like sending a book he thinks might resonate with what you're going through. Women often miss this quiet empathy once it's gone, realizing that his ability to understand without words is incredibly rare. It's a level of emotional intelligence that goes unnoticed until they're left with someone who can't even read a room, much less their deeper feelings. Sigma empathy isn't loud, but it's profound, leaving a lasting impact that's hard to forget. Number 5. The commitment to personal growth. Sigma males are driven by a thirst for self-improvement, always looking for ways to become a better version of themselves. They're readers, thinkers, and doers, constantly pushing their own boundaries. Imagine a guy who takes up new hobbies just to challenge himself, or who's always reading, always asking questions, always reflecting. This commitment to growth is inspiring, even if it's subtle. Women often find themselves uplifted by this drive while they're in his life, realizing too late how that energy motivated them to grow too. It's only after they're left with someone who's content to stay stagnant that they realize the Sigma's constant evolution was rare. His journey of self-improvement wasn't just about him. It elevated everyone around him, making him unforgettable. Number 6. His approach to love and relationships. Sigma males don't fall into traditional relationship molds, and their approach to love is unlike anyone else's. They don't play games, they don't manipulate, and they don't need to shout their feelings from the rooftops. Imagine a love that's deep, quiet, and stable. A Sigma male won't make a show of it, but he'll be there when it counts. He's a partner who doesn't smother, but offers space for growth and freedom. Women often overlook this understated love until they've moved on to someone who's all flash and no substance. Then, they realize that the Sigma's love, though subtle, was real. It was there when it mattered, and it was built on a foundation of trust and mutual respect. That type of love lingers, and once it's gone, it's difficult to replace. Number 7. Fearless honesty. Sigma males don't sugarcoat the truth. They'll tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, and they'll do it with respect. Picture a man who will look you in the eye and call you out when you're wrong, but will also stand by you through thick and thin. Women may not always appreciate this honesty in the moment, but they come to miss it when they're left with someone who just tells them what's easy or convenient. After experiencing this kind of straightforward honesty, they realize that it takes a rare kind of strength. The Sigma's ability to be honest without being hurtful is something that leaves a lasting impression, and once it's gone, the loss is tangible. Number 8. His ability to create boundaries. In today's world, boundaries are often crossed, blurred, or ignored. But a Sigma male sets and respects boundaries, not just for himself, but for others. He doesn't intrude, and he doesn't let others intrude on him. Imagine someone who respects your need for space, who doesn't guilt-trip you for needing time alone, who appreciates your individuality as much as his own. Women come to value this respect for boundaries, sometimes only after he's no longer in their life. Once they experience relationships where boundaries aren't respected, they realize the unique quality the Sigma possessed. His boundaries were a form of respect, and once they're gone, that respect feels irreplaceable. Number 9. Living life with purpose. Sigma males aren't about drifting aimlessly. They have goals, dreams, and plans, even if they don't feel the need to broadcast them. Imagine a man who's constantly working towards something, not for validation, but because he has a mission and a purpose. He knows what he wants and isn't afraid to go after it. Women find this purposeful approach inspiring and motivating, often without realizing it until he's gone. His ambition wasn't flashy, but it was real, and it added a depth to his character that's hard to find. When he leaves, the void he leaves isn't just his presence. It's the sense of purpose that surrounds him, and that's a hard act to follow. Number 10. Remaining unchanged by society's expectations. Perhaps the rarest trait of all is a Sigma's ability to stay true to himself in a world that constantly tries to shape him. He's unaffected by trends, pressures, or the desire to fit in. Imagine someone who's fully, unapologetically himself, regardless of what anyone else thinks. He doesn't seek approval, nor does he adjust his values or interests to fit in. Women only realize the significance of this trait after they're left with someone who changes to suit others' opinions. The Sigma male's ability to live authentically, unchanged by society, is what makes him irreplaceable. Once he's out of their life, they start to understand that he was a breath of fresh air in a world full of masks and pretense. All right, gents, there you have it, the 10 reasons why Sigma males leave an indelible mark on those around them. The qualities that make you who you are, your independence, your depth, your values, and your unwavering authenticity are what make you unforgettable. Let this be a reminder to stay true to these traits, because they're not just rare, they're your power. If you resonated with this breakdown and want to continue embracing your Sigma potential, make sure to hit that subscribe button and become a part of our community. You're more irreplaceable than you know. Having said that, stay true, stay independent, and remember, Your value is undeniable.